Welcome back, folks. Ooh, it's episode 49. We're almost
49.
at that full year mark,
Mm-hmm.
technical full year mark with actual episodes for this show.
Yeah.
Yeah, wait a minute. Before we get into that, what's up, Walt?
What's up, man? Good over here. Happy New Year to you, sir, and Happy New Year
Likewise.
to
Happy New
everybody.
Year to
Happy
everybody.
holidays. Do not celebrate, or you're a
Festivus for
Grinch.
the rest of
Whatever.
us.
Whatever it is
Shout
you're
out to the
into.
Grinches and the
Yeah.
atheists and all. And apparently, folks don't celebrate New Year's. I don't know who that is,
Some
but
people don't. Some people
maybe they
don't.
know. Shout out to you too.
Yeah.
I bet you
Still
need
love
your
you.
paycheck though.
Yeah, you do.
You don't celebrate your paycheck on
Yep.
payday. I bet
Yep.
I know that's right.
Yep. For real. Yeah, I'm
Oh
good. How are you, bro?
man, I'm good, man. I feel like I was gonna say something, but now I forgot. It'll come back to me. But yeah, season wise, that's what we're.
Yeah.
This is a new season,
Yep.
right? We got to remember too. Like we can't extend. We're in season 12 of this.
Yeah.
No, season 6 of
Of
this show.
INYP. Of
12 of the other one. Yeah.
yeah. Kicking
So
off a new season for
kick
you.
and a new year as we
Hmm.
align to quarters as
So
payroll folks should.
I have a stat that I just pulled up on Google for
What
the
is it?
people that
Who don't?
celebrate, typically adults, right? It says adults, right? That typically
Okay.
celebrate New Year's. So
Okay.
what do you guess what percent celebrate?
That don't wait, that
That,
do
that,
celebrate?
that typically celebrate.
That typically celebrate New Year's adults, I would say 80%.
It says 59%.
What?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yep.
60% basically.
Yeah, it's saying now. Look, the caveat with that is that they're saying that this is the way that they celebrate attending or hosting a party,
Yeah.
hosting at midnight,
Yep.
reflecting on the past year and setting resolutions.
Some way.
That's how they're determining what celebrating it
And
is. So they're saying like some people are just like 60% of people
hey,
basically
no,
are
40% of the people are
yeah,
like
40% of the people are just like,
it's
yeah,
just
it's another
whatever, it's
day.
another
I'm
day.
going to
I'm going to
bed.
bed. I ain't paying attention to any of this. They
Yeah.
taking their day off and they keep it moving.
Yeah, man.
All right, if they get a day off, because shout out to the people who have to work on
Yep.
holidays,
Yep.
right? That
Yep.
business is not doesn't get a break, right? My wife runs a nursing unit, and we were just saying, hospitals don't shut down. There's no breaks.
Yeah, man.
This is 24/7, 365. We don't stop.
Home health care day.
There you go. Shout out to all our frontline workers, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, today speaking of frontline workers, we're talking about the new year, new plan. What are some things that you can do for the new year that you can plan on, strategize? I'm not a New Year's resolution person because I do believe that whole myth that right, you say, "Oh, New Year's resolution," rah," and then February they're
You
all
ain't new
gone.
me.
Yeah, New Year, new me, exactly.
Yeah.
And then February is New Year, old me. Just if you need to
Yep.
change something, change it. Don't worry about when the new
Sure.
year. Don't wait for the new year. Don't wait for anything,
The
right?
time is now.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I've been exposed to a lot of education about addiction and habits and things like
Mhm.
that. And that's one of the things they tell you in addiction. Don't, and even dieting, they say the same thing. Oh, don't start it on Monday, right? Don't, because then it becomes a mental trigger that you
Yep.
can't break.
Yep.
So be aware of these little things that are sets up for failure.
Thank you, man. Yep. Think about it. It's almost like we're working out. Like what do they say? Do something for 21 days to develop
Yes.
making a
Oh
new habit.
gosh.
So like
Yes.
think about it. That third week, you're gonna be like you're gonna start to
You're gonna hit
potentially
that.
hit that wall
Yep.
and be like, I don't want to work
I'm
out.
done. I don't want to
That's
do it
when
no
you have to
more.
make that push.
Push through.
You know,
Yes. You gotta
I
push
want
it
to
through.
eat this way. I'm going to go back to doing
Yep.
this way or that way. Like that's when you got to make that push. And that's when that change is going to occur for you or
Dude, two
not.
months ago, I was on an everyday kick of like I was exercising, and
Yeah.
what got me going was like these little posts about 15 minutes a day could change every
Yep.
day,
Yep.
and I was like, damn, they're right because if you could actually commit to 15 minutes a day, you could make a change. And that's 2 months ago. I haven't done the 15 minutes a day since
Yeah.
because of life because it's busy. You just
Bro.
can't catch a moment.
Thing.
It's crazy.
Me and
That's
my
why we got
lady. Hey, like, there's no shame. If you're fluffy, you can still be fluffy and fly,
fluffy.
fly, whatever, or whatever. But hey,
Oh
look.
man.
No, but you're absolutely right. It takes being consistent. It's
Yes.
doing it when you don't feel like it.
That's
It was
yes.
just like with me for the other day this week, right? It was just like I think it was on Monday. I've been working out like for 2 or 3 weeks, or
Hmm.
I'm hitting that third week now. Today I was just like, oh, the other day I was just like, ugh, I don't want to do it.
I don't
But
want to do it.
I pushed myself to do it. And I'm just like, you
Got
know
to.
what? It's only 30, 45 minutes.
You got
Let
to.
me do it. The time is going to pass by anyway.
Yep.
Let me just do it.
Even if you did half the time on the days you don't want to do it,
Yep. I still
you
did
got
something.
to do it, right? We
Yeah.
talked about it one time about building habits, and I had shared a story about this guy who, in his journey to build a habit, he would go to the gym and just walk in and walk out,
Yep.
because he said at one point, I'm going to be so used to going that I'm just going to be like, crap, now I need to work out. Why am I coming
Yep.
here? And it's just building the habit, the
Of
mental
going.
psych out, like you said earlier, right? So it's just, yeah. Anywho, that's what we're talking about today, folks.
What
What
can
are
you
some
do?
good things, right? Let's
What
get
can you do?
into what are some news before we get into main topic. We got some news updates always. Walt's gonna start us off.
Yeah, so look, this article that I found is from www.benefitnews.com, and it's talking about the top benefits that employees are going to be seeking in 2025. So, for those of you listening, let me know if you agree with this. Number one, it's going to be financial wellness because it is critical, right? 60, 70% of us in America live paycheck to paycheck. So employees, we as people are increasingly anxious about day-to-day financial realities. Some of you just for these past holidays may, if you're that 70% and that 60, 70% that live paycheck to paycheck, you had to go on some sort of debt or use some sort of credit in order to probably get these presents or use some sort of payment plan,
Yep.
Affirm, the Klarna, those different things that are out there in order to make people happy and give gifts, right? And I also read a stat out there, bro. I think it was on Earn Your Leisure. I think I shared it with you on IG. They said that
Yes.
spending, I guess, like spending was down this year.
Oh, really?
That people for the holidays, the people spent less because people things were tighter. That segues to number two for me is emergency funds and retirement concerns. Many employees lack sufficient emergency funds. What's that stat that we
Oh
mentioned a couple
gosh.
times? $1,000. People don't have that. If
Yep.
something happened and they needed $1,000, they needed a
Yep.
stack.
Yep.
They would not have it.
Yep. It was like 80% of America don't have it. It was some crazy number.
Yeah,
Well, it's realistic though. I get it.
and in this article they talk about how there's a gap between retirement confidence and readiness.
Yep.
You
I'm
know,
there. I'm in that gap.
and number three is the impact on mental health and productivity. So it's saying that financial anxiety is significantly affecting the employee at work, and that impacts workplace productivity. And it said that according to this report, that over half of employees report that financial stress makes it difficult to to focus at work.
That's a recurring kind
Mhm.
of data point that we come across every time we look at this stuff. Yeah.
Number four is saying demand holistic financial support,
What's
so
that
that
mean?
employees are going to seek comprehensive financial benefits to address immediate concerns and future planning,
Okay.
including that retirement. Offering
Retirement.
such
Got it.
benefit can be a key differentiator for employees in attracting and retaining talent. So I had to want to find out exactly more of what holistic financial support is because it does sound interesting, right?
Well,
So
and yeah, I mean, I think you alluded to it or inferred upon it, like it's the whole life cycle of an employee. Well, yeah, you got me coming in, but how do I retire well from here as well? You know what I mean? What's
So
the
this is what it
plan?
says. It says that holistic financial planning is the process of accounting for a client's entire financial life within their financial plan.
There you go.
So they're accounting for everything.
Hi, I'm George LaRock, and I'm looking forward to exploring the critical trends shaping the future of work and technology with you over on the Work Tech podcast. Now, this podcast is a little different. I bring together industry leaders, innovators, and investors, and we go deep into market intelligence that matters to HR pros and tech providers alike. So give the Work Tech podcast a listen here on the Work Defined Podcast Network, and please subscribe if you like it. See you there.
Yeah.
So number five, and then before I pass the mic to my brother, Number 5, competitive advantage through benefits. So employees are going to want benefits that not only supports them, but also gives companies a better edge, right? And it can drive employee loyalty and improve productivity by reducing that financial stress. And they said this article said that it's a strategic move for businesses to
Mm,
consider by offering
yeah.
certain financial benefits.
Yeah, I mean, because we saw a wave of like benefits being important, and then benefits dropped off. It wasn't important anymore. Things got crazy.
Yep.
Companies weren't constant. Oh, they made it really expensive. So now it's coming back
Yep.
because of the whole employee experience trend, right?
Yep.
EX. How
Yep.
do we enhance the employee experience? Duh, give
Yep.
them good benefits.
He didn't mean he didn't say your ex personally. He said
Yeah.
what experience.
Not yeah. That's the trend. That's the in human resources.
Yeah.
EX is employee experience.
Yes.
It should be EE really, but they want to make it fancy terms. EX,
Yeah.
not your ex. Yeah, no, don't go back with your ex. That's probably not a good idea.
Don't listen to TikTok.
Don't listen to TikTok. Why is there a trend? Oh God.
You know those
Oh,
little
you're,
things.
you're Walt did a TikTok prediction and he
Yeah.
had bad predictions. Do
Yep.
not listen to TikTok. TikToks is toxic.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Oh my gosh, bro. All right, what you got for us, man?
Mine is really quick. Biden
Yeah.
is giving a 2% raise to federal employees. Doesn't sound like a lot. If you're a federal employee, you're due a raise, but it's gonna peep the article because the article that I chose to include the link here actually shows you like by
Mm,
locale what your raise is. So in some places the raise is like 2.8, and in other places it's like 1.5 or 1.8
yeah.
because it also is netting out with whatever your next year's raise is due anyway, right? A lot of
Mm,
federal and government employees have set, how can I say, salary grades where you hit certain years, you're going to get raises, guaranteed raises. But so it's going to offset with that. Peep the article for details. It's good news, I thought. You know what I mean? Hey, hopefully Trump doesn't do something to undo it because that's
yeah.
a good look.
Wasn't that one of the things that like didn't I don't know if it was the entirety of the US Postal Service, but I know wasn't there a strike? I think it might have been like
Oh.
limited to a region or a state, but I think that they did go on a strike because they were like, "Hey, we're doing this, and we're under severely on
The
aid."
post, you when you bring up the post office, like that the whole post system, I think the post office needs overhaul.
Yeah,
Like the way they do things is it's like really the postal system needs to probably operate like Amazon. I don't know that they need a lot of government agencies need overhaul. That's a good thing to keep in mind as we grow through these next few years. Like how is the government gonna adapt now to technology and where we are in the state of things? But
speaking of strike,
anywho,
did you hear about that Amazon strike? It may have been just in Georgia, but I know that during the holidays they were saying that a lot of drivers and stuff were like, "No, I'm not working. Nope."
wow.
There was one Amazon driver who threw a bunch of packages in the woods or something like that, and she said, and she got caught, and she said, "I was too stressed to deliver."
Okay. She's definitely too angry for something. Dang.
Mhm.
Wow. Anywho, as we get into before we get into our main topic again for this episode, folks, is how we're planning for the new year. What are some things that you can think about, put on your
Mhm.
radar for the new year? Before we get into that, let's pay some bills. Shout out to Time Track Go. If you are an employee that has a crappy way to punch in and out of
Mhm.
work and your hours, you're always arguing with payroll about your hours and your hours wrong and my hours are
Yeah.
wrong and I'm tired of my hours being wrong, then you need to bring to management Time Track Go. If you're tired of that messy timesheet or a complicated software that's not working right, Time Track Go is an intuitive solution that makes managing employee hours simple and efficient. But don't take our word for it. Customers have given Time Track Go a 4.7 out of 5 stars on Capterra, and they've been awarded badges for ease of use and best customer support again for 2024. Some of the things that customers are saying are great value, best clock in app on the market, great time clock for the modern office, intuitive and efficient, simple to use and priced right, and most importantly, great customer service. Customer support is awesome, is what they said.
Yeah, like the
So
Chick
shout
Fil A
out.
of time clocks. All right.
Word,
Yeah.
yes.
All right. To learn more about a simply better solution for time tracking, real time reporting, PTO automation, payroll integrations, and more, visit www.timetrackgo.com. That's TIMETRAK go.com and start your 14-day free trial when today.
Today,
Let's
let's
go.
go. I was looking at the iconic picture of MJ on your wall there, and
Yeah.
I'm kind of thinking of a analogy of the hoop is payday
Yeah.
and the ball is payroll.
Yeah.
Bang! And MJ is the payroll
Hey,
professional,
think about it. Yes, that's a perfect analogy because if you
right?
think about the net being the system,
Yep,
and then the ball is the data
is the
that you got
data.
to get through
Yes.
the hoop. And if you don't get it
Oh,
in,
bang it, right?
yep,
Yeah, word. Yes, we gotta
no
do something with
points.
that. We gotta do something with
Yeah.
that. All
What's up,
right, let's
man?
get
Let's get
into it. Oh,
into it.
I'm up first.
Yes, sir.
So, about the new year, what are some plans? Here are 5 actionable strategies that you could use to advance your career. I
Mm,
took it that route on what are some things that we could do to push our career along. We're employees, we're talking about your paycheck on this show. And what are we doing, right? Number 1, invest in continuous learning.
mm,
Pursue certifications, courses, what's relevant in your industry. Doesn't always have to be a degree. There are a lot of micro degrees, certification courses out there. Walt and I teach a payroll certification course, right, for beginners to get like
yeah.
what to expect and breaking them into the industry. Stay updated on industry trends by attending webinars, conferences, workshops, and focus on developing future ready skills. What did we just say? We talked about upskilling
Up.
skills like artificial intelligence, data analysis, or sustainability practices.
Nice.
And if you ask about sustainability, that's always been interesting to me, the sustainability practices, because
Mm-hmm.
what they're not telling us about the AI and all this is that these computers, they need massive amounts of energy.
Mm-hmm.
So how are we going to stay sustainable as AI grows? Maybe you that's where
Mm-hmm.
you get into is, hey, you're doing something in it. So these are places where you can upskill AI, data, and sustainability
Yeah.
practices. Number 2, build and leverage your network. Actively connect with peers, mentors, industry leaders, platforms on LinkedIn, people on LinkedIn, right? Walt and I have built an incredible community on LinkedIn for just exclusively for payroll, right?
Mm-hmm.
Attend professional meetups. That's something I want to do in the new year. Go out to these networking events that have HR and payroll
Yeah.
folks, right?
Yeah.
Seek opportunities to collaborate cross functionality within your organization to increase
Yeah.
visibility. Absolutely. I'm a big promoter of cross functional teams,
Yeah.
right?
Look, and this can be as an employee or a business
Oh,
owner or
absolutely. Oh,
operator,
yeah.
right?
Absolutely.
Expand that network.
Yep. Enhance your personal brand. I'm actually reading it's on my kitchen table there. Mark Mears, right? Purposeful
Growth,
driven
growth
growth
revolution.
growth revelation. I keep forgetting I know what the book is about. I forget that, but I'm on the part right now where he's talking about how you develop your personal brand.
Yeah,
Right.
nice.
Number 4, take initiative and seek leadership opportunities.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to grow your career, not everybody wants to do this part. I think this one specifically is more if you want to go up that corporate ladder or become a business owner.
Yep.
You definitely have to seek leadership opportunities, right?
Yep.
Volunteer for challenging projects that align with your career aspirations,
Yeah.
proactively propose solutions, mentor junior
Yeah.
employees, things like that. Go ahead.
Yeah. As a business person, right? You maybe wanted to start a business What problem are you trying to solve for someone? What
Perfect.
service could you do that's
That's
maybe not
exactly
already
right.
being done? Or could you do it in a better way than
Yep.
somebody that's doing it right now that's more
Yep.
status quo? That's
Yep.
something you can think about as a business owner.
That's exactly right. Because it actually talks about that in where I'm at with this. It was when you're defining your brand,
Hmm.
what problem do you solve as a
Yep.
company, right? You don't have a business unless you're solving a problem.
Yeah.
Put it that way. And number 5,
Hey, this is William Tincup. Listen, we did a series for iSolved called Heroes of HR, where we talk to HR practitioners. And these are just your run-of-the-mill, everyday, slogging it out, 300 employees in Cedar Rapids, HR pros. Mostly it's centered around iSolved and what they do with iSolved, but also they talk a lot about kind of the day-to-day rigor of HR. If you're curious about that, search for Heroes of HR wherever you get your podcasts. Thank you.
prioritize feedback and adaptability. That's a really
Hmm.
good one.
It is.
Prioritize feedback and adaptability.
Another one that is remain teachable, remain open,
Yes. Yes.
right?
And but yes, and it's saying remain teachable. Yeah, you're right. Exactly right. Because
Yeah.
remaining teachable is like you're getting feedback and you're actually reapplying. You're making adjustments
Yep.
and trying to get better. Something I was reading in Atomic Habits is 1% growth every day is enough.
Yep.
Right? A lot of us think, oh, I gotta grow by leaps and bounds.
Yeah.
No, you make
Yeah.
1% an adjustment every day. Be better than you
That's
were yesterday. That's it.
that's the dream.
That's
They
it.
say for some people it happens like that overnight success, that overnight change. But
Takes 10 years to do that.
yeah,
Yeah.
most people it's gonna take a while.
It's gonna take a while. Yep. What you got for us?
So mine is more finance related.
Perfect.
For your finances and stuff. So thank you for
Yep.
sharing that. You're covering that base from the
Yep.
professional and even business standpoint.
Yep.
Number one thing you might want to do in 2025 is create a financial health checklist.
It's a good
This is
one.
something I know it sounds boring. I know it sounds more like officey type of work or whatever, but you might
Mm-hmm.
want to do this to review your budget
Yeah.
and maximize like any contributions that you have towards your retirement. And
Mm-hmm.
and if you're a 1099 or contract worker or gig worker, plan for those taxes, right?
Yep.
And that can be helpful for you to maintain financial health in 2025,
Yep.
right? Number two, you want to invest in personal development. Brian spoke to that, right? About professionally, but you want to do that personally as well, right? So
Yep.
you want to acquire those new skills and learning different things. You can do this and from the personal standpoint or the professional standpoint, right? But this can be a key strategy for your financial growth in 2025. What do you got to say?
And then that can be because it says invest in personal
Yes,
development. You might be like, oh, I don't have any money. It doesn't. It's not always money. It's about time too.
yes.
Because in investing, it
Energy,
could be there's a
time.
ton of free classes out there, free
Yeah,
things that you can consume. YouTube, are you kidding me? And all it needs is your time,
yes.
consistency. Do something 10, 20 minutes every day, 30 minutes every day,
See,
and you'll be learning.
something I learned from this one book. It's in the living room over here, and I don't know the title of it, so forgive me. But one of the things that she says in the book is that the time is a currency.
Yep.
Well,
Yep.
energy is a currency.
Yep.
Think about it in that way.
That's right.
Like, so how much of that are you going to put into yourself, into
That's right.
developing those skills and
That's right.
whatever it is to help change your financial situation? And
Yep.
look, you may not be able to change it in such a drastic way, but to Brian's point, if you can change it to 10,
Yep.
if you can get 1% better in the month and save a little bit more money, or do less eating out, or whatever it may be, right?
Yep.
It's something you
Yep.
got to consider.
Think about it. Like even oh, I don't have a lot of money.
Hmm.
Think about it. If you could invest in Chat GPT,
Yep.
there are a ton of people who can't afford $20 a month or these tools
Yep.
that we have. Chat GPT at its cheapest is $20 a month.
Yep.
If you could invest in that and learn how to really use it, and there are a ton of tools, and then sell your services to the folks who can't
Yep.
afford Chat, because they might be able to pay you $1 or $2 for a
Oh,
report
that's
they
free.
need.
Free game right there.
You
Free
know what I
game.
mean? Little
Yep.
things like that.
Yep. Number three, you want to develop some type of budgeting strategy, right? I'm going to give you one of the rules here, the different things that might work for you. There's a rule that's called the 50-30-20 rule, right?
Okay.
For budgeting, where 50% of your income goes to your needs,
Okay.
30% to wants,
Yep.
and 20% to savings. So that
Okay.
can help employees or people in general manage their finances better if you're
Yes.
able to do that. So, like, your percentage may be a little different. Maybe 80% goes to your needs, and then you can only do 10% to your wants and
10. Yep.
10% for savings.
Mhm.
Whatever structure works for you, I encourage you to find that out and do
Yes.
something, right? Because this kind of leads to the number 4 topic, which is emergency fund planning. By developing that budget strategy, you have more funds for emergencies, right? It's important to build that, and hopefully you can get it to the point that it can cover 3 to 6 months worth of expenses as a safety net for unexpected situations. But look, if you had $100, $200 saved, and something occurred, and wouldn't it feel nice to have that exact amount of money, $100, $200 in the bank to cover that unwarranted or unexpected expense or emergency? Well, I have that. I have that amount in
Yes.
my account.
That. Yes. Yes. Yep. Yep.
And then number 5 is smart debt management. So you want to find out ways to manage your debt, right? And there are two different methods that I want to mention here.
Okay.
You can either do the snowball
Mm.
or the avalanche method. Improve your financial stability. So you might ask, what are those
Yeah,
two
please.
different things, right? So snowball is where you take your money and you apply it on. You may have some things that have small balances, and you start paying those little ones off.
That's the snowball.
That's a snowball.
Okay.
And the reverse, the avalanche, is like when you tackle the thing
Oh,
with
the
the
biggest
largest
one.
balance, and
Oh.
you hit that first. Because and the reason that they want to do that is because typically, if, say you have a high credit card
Yep.
balance
Yep.
and you want to neck that down first
Yep.
because that can impact your credit.
Yep.
It can make derogatory marks on your credit score. And if you tackle that down and get that to that 30% usage, 25% usage
Yes.
area, then that's the kind of area that you want to be at versus trying to tackle those other small balances that may not hit your credit so hard or impact you so hard. That might be the method that you want to use.
Yep.
So there's a couple of different methods out there you can use. You got to find out what works best for you and your situation
Yes.
because everybody's situation
Yes.
is different. So that's it. That's what I have, man.
If I could throw in there, regardless of the method, the point that you can't lose is, and honestly, it works either way, whether you do the snowball or the avalanche, you take the amounts that you were putting to, like, so let's say the snowball, right? You pay off
Mm-hmm.
one bill. The money you were
Yep.
using to pay that one bill off, now you apply that plus to the next bill, right?
Yep.
The avalanche is crazy because if you knock the big one out, you take all that money and wipe the rest of everything out,
Wow.
right? Don't pay off a bill and then take that money and then put it in a new car. No, not
That
yet. Not
that's
yet.
that's exactly right. Because what have a lot of us been trained to do? I know I used to do it too when I was younger. When I would file my taxes, I'd be so ready to get my
Oh,
return because I was like, oh, I'm gonna go buy this, I'm gonna go
yep.
shoes,
Just
I'm
you
gonna
can
go
just
get
go buy
this,
stuff,
boom, boom, and not even thinking about
paying
paying
bills
stuff
off.
off.
Yep. And there's a couple things I want to say, but I can talk about it in the question of the day here.
Okay.
Yeah. So, the question for us today is, should the focus be more on saving for the future or investing in
Mm.
personal growth and development, and then why? Right?
What do you got to say?
Now, as Walt went through his suggestions and advice for planning for budgeting, what I wanted to say is that's the first step.
Yeah.
The second step, there's a phrase out there that leads to the second step, right? There's a phrase out there that says money habits and levels of finance. Poor people focus on paying bills off. What's the word?
Middle
Middle
class.
middle class folks
Mm-hmm.
focus on paying credit off and just having
Mm-hmm.
good credit and being able to pay it off.
Mm-hmm.
Wealthy people focus on
The pace of change in the world of business is fast, and that drives incredible complexity for the world of human resources.
Welcome to the HR Data Labs podcast, a series of conversations with experts inside and outside the world of HR on how to innovate, measure, and evolve our practices.
Our goal is to help provide you with practical examples of how HR has to change to meet the complexity of the business environment.
Every week, we'll talk to new and different voices on all aspects of HR.
And at times, we'll get irreverent.
Silly even.
And sometimes geek out on the data and technology that underlie the processes that drive the world of HR.
But the conversations are always insightful and fun. So please, enjoy the HR Data Labs podcast.
Putting their dollars to work, putting their debt to work. Meaning, if they're in debt, they're making money because of that debt.
Yep.
They put their money out there to make more money.
Yep.
Okay, and that is what I think poor people and middle class people don't realize, right? Especially when you go to poor to middle class, you feel like you won because now, I got good credit. I could buy whatever car, I could buy a house, I could do whatever I want. But guess what? All that money you got going ain't making you no money. You still dependent on your job,
bro. Yes, you're absolutely right, bro. Like that's a good call out here because you're right. When you have what is that thing that you said it before? When you have a poor mindset,
mentality. Yep.
You are going to operate in that, even if you have money, right?
Yes.
That's still in you, right? That impulse spending.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
And that limited financial literacy. And like when you're more middle class, you may be able to budget and save a little bit more, but you may focus on keeping up appearances.
Yeah.
Right.
You may have a little 401k. You're not really aggressively trying to bring money back. You buying the cars, the houses, the vacations, and you're not really thinking about, wait a minute, let me leverage some of this debt. Let me leverage some of this savings to make more money. So just different things to think about.
A wealthy person is going to probably focus on minimizing unnecessary spending. If they have the right mindset, because there's a lot of people who have money that are just burning through it. That's why you see them still doing some work. Like you may see a famous person that hey, this person made all this money in their lifetime.
They burnt it though. Yeah. They didn't. It's the different. Look at 50 Cent, the rapper, the entertainer, Curtis Jackson, as opposed to other artists. Look at things like that. And there's more. Ryan Reynolds in the acting world.
Yeah.
Right? Where they get more really into investing in businesses. And I think his wife also developed and invested in some. So there's some actors and actresses that are taking their money and they have invested it out the gate. They were smart with it as opposed to other ones who are broke.
Yep.
And are like, dang, I wish I did that. They were a millionaire once upon a time, and they may still make a little million here and there, but their lifestyle is so rich that all it's doing is serving they're still broke. They're living paycheck to paycheck.
You go and buy that freaking huge mansion.
Yep.
That you're not thinking about, even if I buy it out, I'm still going to have to pay taxes.
Who's going to clean it? When things break down, who's going to fix it, right? Yeah, the big ass house that you got to maintain. Yep. They don't think about that. Yeah, different things, man.
Yeah, good stuff, man.
Good stuff, man. But yeah, folks, happy holidays, happy New Year. Let's get it cracking. Let's get off on a good foot.
Let's do it.
All right, bro. All right. Love you, folks. Peace.
Before we sign off, here are a couple quick things. Don't forget to follow It's About Payroll on LinkedIn and It's About Your Paycheck on Facebook and TikTok.
Thank you for being part of our payroll community, and thank you for being a part of this journey with us. Until the next time, keep learning, keep growing, and most importantly, keep going.